me, you're not grown till you leave my house. That isn't how you want to run your family. I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment to her.
Zaya Wade, the daughter of Dwayne Wade, and the stepdaughter of Gabrielle Union had social media in a frenzy after posting a photo of her kissing her boyfriend, who's also transgender.
Once Zion came home and said, hey, you called me Zaya and I'm ready to take on this, I looked at it and said, you are a leader. You are a leader, and it's our opportunity to allow you to be a voice.
DL Hughley just checked Gabrielle Union real quick after she jumped online venting about people always having opinions about her family, especially her child and her marriage. DL didn't hold back, basically saying if you don't want commentary, stop putting every personal detail on Front Street for the internet to chew on, but it didn't stop there at all. DL low-key hinted that Gabrielle herself might be the one who put the spotlight on her stepchild Zaya's gender journey and the long-running rumors about Dwayne Wade's lifestyle. According to the chatter, the suggestion is that some of this publicity may not be accidental, but intentional, allegedly for attention and clout. And if this sounds familiar, that's because the Wade household has been side-eyed before. Jaguar Wright previously claimed that something strange was going on behind the scenes, which already had people raising eyebrows online.
He wants to be a woman. That's why they're getting divorced. She went on Twitter cussing out Diddy and then deleted it because Diddy want to throw Dwayne a divorce freak off decisions while you and your I want to be a husband convince your child that they need to get the whole trans thing going on now so they can get a Disney contract. And we all know what Disney does to children. Imagine what they do to trans kids.
Things got even messier when Zaya's biological mother entered the conversation. She alleged that Gabrielle played a role in pushing the narrative around her child's transition, claiming it wasn't purely about love, but about pleasing the industry. Those are her claims, not facts. She also alleged that Dwayne used his money and influence to push her out of her child's life after she said Zaya should wait until adulthood before making any permanent decisions. Now fans are connecting dots and pointing to comments from people like Cat Williams, who's hinted before that Hollywood runs on unspoken rules and strange pressures, and people are definitely talking.
20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender.
This whole situation is wild, no doubt. So let's break it down step by step because things escalated fast. It all kicked off after Gabrielle Union went online again, saying people always have something to say about her family and how she and Dwayne Wade raised their kids, especially when it comes to their daughter, Zaya. She said the public stays policing celebrities instead of staying in their own lane. But that's when DL Hughley stepped in and gave her what many called a reality check. DL basically said you can't constantly air out your personal life and then turn around mad when the public reacts.
It's also disingenuous to believe that people aren't going to have an opinion of that.
Yeah.
If you make these things public, there are people going to have public assessments of it.
Right.
So I can't fault you for loving your child and protecting them and being proud of them. And it would be equally, I can't fault people for having an opinion.
His point was simple. Once you post it, it's no longer private, period. DL didn't stop there either. He hinted that he personally disagreed with certain parenting choices, saying he felt Zaya was too young to make life-altering decisions, stressing that his opinion was about age and timing, not hate. And if we're being real, a lot of people online echoed that same concern.
You're not grown till you leave my house. You're not going. If you're still going to a pediatrician, if you need my permission to go to a movie, then I'm going to have a say in what happens. If you believe that isn't how you want to run your family, I have no choice but to respect that. But don't pretend as if it isn't an unpopular sentiment.
But then the story took a darker turn when Zaya's biological mother, Siobhan Funches Wade, made serious allegations. She claimed Gabrielle and Dwayne pushed the transition narrative for industry reasons. Those are her claims, not proven facts. For context, Siobhan and Dwayne were high school sweethearts who officially tied the knot back in 2002, which makes this situation even messier. That same year, Dwayne Wade and his then-wife welcomed their first child, Zaire. 5 years later, baby number 2 arrived, originally named Zion. Dwyane has publicly said that Zion, now known as Zaya, expressed her identity at a very young age.
She was the one who sat down with us as a family and said, hey, I don't think I'm gay, right? I identify myself as a young lady, but she's known that for 9 years.
She's known since she was 3.
She's known since she was 3 years old. This is her life. This is no game to us. We're about protecting her heart. We're about protecting her joy. To do that, we have to support them. We see the smile on our daughter's face. We see the confidence that she's able to walk around and be herself, and that's when you know you're doing right.
A claim that has sparked a lot of debate and conversation ever since. What really went down between Dwyane and his ex-wife, Siobhan Funches Wade, has stayed cloudy for years because the stories keep changing depending on who's talking. What is clear is that Dwyane filed for divorce in 2007, the same year Zaya was born, and that's when everything started spiraling fast. From there, things turned ugly real quick. A long and bitter custody battle followed, with Siobhan alleging that Dwyane's legal team made false claims about her mental health. She alleged that influence, money, and power were used to paint her as an unfit parent. Those are her allegations and not proven facts, but the claims definitely raised eyebrows once the details hit the public. Things got even more complicated once Gabrielle Union entered the picture. In 2019, Zaya's identity became public, and shortly after, Gabrielle and Dwyane began speaking openly in interviews about their family's journey.
Once Zaya, a 12-year-old, came home, and first Zion, everybody, I don't know if everyone knows, originally named Zion born as a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya. And so internally, now it's our job to, one, go out and get information, to reach out to every relationship that we have. My wife reached out to everybody on the cast of Pose. We're just trying to figure out as much information we can to make sure that we give our child the best opportunity to be, her best self.
You know what you mean to this community from what you do with your daughter. So tell me how it feels to be at an event like this where you can share in that love.
It feels pretty amazing because Zaya is my date tonight, and for her to be able to see so many members of her community, of our community, that she's looked up to, that have inspired her, that have held her down, had her back, is pretty huge. And there's not too many moments where I'm, as a parent, where I get to deliver that in this kind of way. So I'm pretty thrilled. I'm just really happy to be here and happy to be a part of sharing the community.
Dealing with gender expression and gender sexuality like we've had with our daughter. So God has given us, nothing happens by mistake. He puts us in this position in life that we're in, and it's for a reason. So we're out here on the forefront. It's our job to help educate.
Not long after that, Zaya started appearing at major public events and on social media, and eventually landed modeling partnerships with major brands like Tiffany and Dove, a rapid rise that had a lot of people talking loudly. A lot of fans started side-eyeing the non-stop exposure, questioning whether this was really about protecting Zaya or just keeping Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union firmly in the spotlight. To some people watching from the outside, it began to feel like Zaya's entire identity was being boiled down to one single narrative, and that rubbed many the wrong way. Plenty of folks said that if Dwyane truly wanted to shield his child, he would have kept her out of the media altogether, especially at such a young age. And honestly, they weren't wrong, because all that constant attention opened the door to cruel jokes, invasive commentary, and even straight-up creepy behavior online, which never should have happened. Once other celebrities jumped in to comment publicly, it only made the situation louder and messier. A lot of people believe this wave of attention could have been avoided if stronger boundaries had been set from the beginning to protect Zaya's privacy. Instead, things kept escalating, and that's where the story takes another controversial turn. According to Zaya's biological mother, Siobhan Funches Wade, the real motivation behind the spotlight wasn't protection, but money. Those are her allegations, not confirmed facts. In August 2022, Dwyane filed legal paperwork related to Zaya's name and gender, and Siobhan quickly responded with her own court filings. She accused him of trying to profit from the situation and pointed to their custody agreement, which she says required shared input on major decisions involving their child's welfare. According to court filings, major decisions involving a child's health, education, and overall upbringing were supposed to be discussed jointly before anything permanent was done. Siobhan Funches Wade claimed there were multiple legal factors the court needed to consider before approving any changes, and she alleged that Dwyane Wade stood to financially benefit from those decisions. Those are her claims, not proven facts. Siobhan went even further in her filing, alleging that Dwyane directly told her money played a role in what was happening. She claimed that in April 2022, he informed her that money had already been made and that even more would come from deals connected to the situation. According to her account, Dwyane allegedly said he planned to make Zaya extremely famous through endorsements and contracts tied to public visibility. When she asked which companies were interested, Siobhan claimed Dwyane told her several brands were circling, with Disney allegedly mentioned as a possible partner. Again, these are allegations from court documents, not confirmed agreements, but the drama didn't stop there. Just days after Siobhan filed her paperwork, Dwyane took to Instagram and fired back hard. He accused his ex-wife of dragging his name and centering herself without considering the kids. He denied being responsible for any negative attention and instead blamed critics who, in his words, refused to listen or understand. Dwyane also claimed Siobhan chose to be an absent parent and refused communication with teachers, doctors, and therapists. He denied forcing any identity on Zaya, threatened legal action, and insisted that everything he and Gabrielle Union did was about support, protection, and helping their child live authentically. But fans were not feeling Dwyane Wade's Instagram clap back at all. A lot of people quickly sided with Siobhan Funches Wade, saying Dwyane and Gabrielle Union constantly put their family business on display and then act shocked when the public reacts. To many viewers, that contradiction didn't sit right at all. Some fans went even harder, placing most of the blame on Gabrielle and claiming she thrives on controversy. One commenter wrote, "I never liked Gabrielle. She's not acting. She's just being herself. Turning another mother's child into a public storyline wasn't her place, and it crossed the line." Another person added their own take, saying the biological mother deserved to have her voice respected and not pushed aside. Another comment read, "Mean girl energy. Gabrielle knew what was going on and still pushed things into the spotlight instead of letting the child grow at their own pace." These are harsh opinions, but they reflect just how heated the public reaction has become. So now the big question is this: do you agree with DL Hughley that Gabrielle can't complain about public commentary when she keeps sharing her family's private moments online? And how do you feel about the rumors claiming fame and industry pressure played a role in all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and stay locked in because we'll see you in the next one.